Okay. Grayson walks out. What would you like to do, Anaya?
Anaya is going to um take a moment, steady herself. Um I think she sort of like plays at the hem of her shirt, and as she's kind of fiddling with it, she's gonna cast guidance on herself in case anybody asks her what's
Yep.
up, so she's prepared to lie. Um, and then I'm going to walk back to the group, take a seat, and just try to like ease my way back into the conversation without calling attention to myself.
You sit down. I would love to see where Dante is, where everyone you've kind of seen you've all kind of had this conversation ongoing. You know, you everyone has feelings whether or not they're vocalized right here in front of everyone. You've all experienced a change, you've all experienced a choice. Um, I'm gonna cut I'm gonna cut to Dante. Dante, you're sitting at this table. Um, and you hear everyone talking about finding truth. You hear everyone talking about you've got your own theories. That is what you specialize in. Theories and practice. Let's be real. Putting these things into effect. And the more everyone talks about what this could be, what might happen, what they might believe, you know you have a tangible thing that you can do right now to put that theory into practice.
Dante sits up and slides out from the booth. Um, I'm gonna head out. Y'all are good, right? Like just finger guns to everyone. All right. Uh, so yeah, I'll talk to you. You know, if I need to. And he turns around and he heads out of the diner, and he pulls out. Did we call them phones, or did we just like did we give them a special name? Are we calling them like pineapples, like in iCarly, or what?
They're
No,
crystals.
absolutely
Oh,
not.
pears. Thank you.
Crystals,
Thank you.
big time.
Pears.
Oh god, crystals.
Um, he pulls out his crystal and leans back against the wall of the diner, tosses it up and down a couple of times, hits it, and contacts his mother.
Your crystal rings a couple of times. It's not a regular telephone ring. It is fully the casting of the spell that you need in order to make it across any wavelengths. You feel the spell vibrate in the crystal, and you hear a familiar voice. Dante, is that you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think I was calling you in the middle of what? Wine glass number 2?
Listen, it's 3. Did you need something?
Ah. No, well, yes, I did need something. Um I need to have a sit down with you. A serious one.
Okay. You know where to find me. My office hours are from 9 to 3 and again from 5 to 7.
Okay, so 9 to 3 to 5 to 7. So 9 to 3, 5 to 7. So that's one full hour of you just going to town on your dry bar, right?
Actually, I like to help people. Students.
Hmm.
I think you underestimate what I do, but it's okay because it's so late that I don't care. If you need something from me, you know where to find me. I love you.
Love you too, Mom. I'll talk to you later, okay?
Talk to you tomorrow.
And he
Hangs up.
puts the crystal away, and he hews a bit, and he just walks off into the night.
You walk off into the night.
I am loving your fucking reactions.
I'm good. I just need a nap.
Reactions.
Like, goddamn, you really picked up the phone and was like 2 wine glasses in.
No.
What do you
No.
mean?
I'm
What
trying
do
to
you
imagine. Oh
mean?
my
No.
god, I can feel the whipping. Look at the sick fucks I'm in the group chat with. No, we're not okay.
Look, I forgot toxic parents existed. I'm gonna be real. That's on me. Maybe that's on me.
I always make happy
trauma
parents.
stays.
The only one of you that are
I was
not
gonna say,
sick
is
fucks are
he
Izzy and
okay?
Jess. The rest of you
Are
are
you okay? Okay, we're gonna get back into it. You toss your crystal around, pocket it, run off into the night, immediately experiencing the rain covering you, and something pulls at your soul. We are going to cut back inside of the diner. For those of you who are left, you all are kind of having this conversation. You all are having this conversation, and Xander, I'm going to tell you where everyone's minds are. Xander is not stepping away from the idea of figuring out things. He wants to find something out. He knows that he doesn't have the most capable mind to derive every single intent, but he knows that he knows people and can figure out something. Grayson is gone, but Mina has offered to pull some strings at the Strixhaven Star in order to try to see if there are any records about the Arcanaya. She has no idea if they'll be able to pull anything because they are a secret society, but she thinks that maybe she can help there. Shivadri is kind of quiet, kind of just slotting herself in wherever, and very much supporting everyone and trying to just see where she can help. She doesn't seem like the kind of person that is actually pursuing going out and doing anything. Rubina staying extremely quiet. Mina speaks up right next to her, but Rubina stays very quiet.
I think Soleil peeps that, and kind of like tentatively walks over to Rubina, and it's just like, "Can I talk to you outside for a little bit, just to get away from all of this?"
Yeah. Could we go to a booth? Like, my hair, and it's like raining outside, super
Yeah.
humid.
No,
I just don't want to
I
fuck
get that.
anything up.
My locks, I forget. Sometimes.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. And Soleil kind of like holds their hand out, like kind of tentatively, to see if Rubina will grab it.
Will grab it? To see if she will grab it? She does.
Okay.
She gets out of the booth.
In that handhold, I'm going to cast a Cure Wounds on her, first level.
Amazing. Yeah.
That's not much. It's 6 points of healing, but
every point matters.
And I kind of just like lead her over to a booth that's kind of like off to the side and separated from everybody else, and I just kind of sit down.
She does disconnect from your hand as you stand up. She takes your hand to stand, but she looks back at Mina and just kind of looks to you and kind of drops the hand.
Cool.
But we'll follow you to the booth.
Cool. I don't know what to say other than I genuinely apologize. I didn't know that it was supposed to be all of this, and I made some decisions. Some I don't necessarily regret all the way through, but rash decisions nonetheless. And the last thing I ever wanted was for you to get trapped into all of this. I don't consider you a threat or competition. I consider you an equal. I did everything in my power to not hurt you. Does that make sense? The last thing I wanted was something like this to happen to you.
You know, when I was a girl, very young, I grew up just my mom, my dad, and I out in a place no one's ever heard of. No one here. Not you, not anyone else here. And you know what? I always found myself even as a child making the decision that I thought was best for myself. We would be at a store and my mom would ask me, do you want something sweet? Do you want something sweet? Do you want something very simple? I'm a kid. Once again, I'm a kid. And I turn it down because I listen to my family, other people talking about how sweets are terrible for you. So I turned away from that. As I got older, the question became, do you want to hang out with friends? Or do you want to do homework? And as much as I loved people, as much as I probably should have made friends and should have done something that was, I saw that choice as bad for me, and I did what I thought was best for me, and I said no. I isolated myself, and I did what I thought was best for me. When I got to college, when I got here, I worked so hard freshman year because the praise I was receiving told me I was doing what was best for me. The attention, I am the first sophomore conductor of the Strixhaven band and step team. No one gets there by choosing and taking the wrong step. Tonight, I did what I always do. I chose what was best for me. And I think it was a misstep. And I think we're all operating under that mindset. The second you see someone's hands manifesting a spell, the second you see someone reaching for a weapon, your brain goes into this place and you have to make the choice that's best for you. And I have to say that my brain doesn't leave and exit that state very easily. But what I have to say now is that I didn't want any of this to happen. As much as I didn't want you, I didn't want Jay. I feel so bad about Jay. I felt like I was a kid in the store again. I felt like I was asked, what is good and what is best for me? And I answered. And I regret it. I regret it. Um, but I think that what gives me hope, I don't need anyone to forgive me. I don't need to feel better about this. I don't ever need to make the right decision ever again for anyone but for anyone else. I I think what gives me hope is that you are here. And I look over there and I see everyone arguing, and having the breath to argue matters. And I mean it when I say to you, to everyone, to you, to everyone, that I love you. I love you all. I really do. And that doesn't come from nowhere. It's that was really scary, and I thought I was going to lose some people that I really truly admire, and some people that I really truly love, and some people that I know I will love in the future, and I cannot fathom. And I know that that sits with you too.
I I and Slay kind of does like that, getting ready to talk but then stops, and then gets ready to say something again and then cuts themselves off again as they're trying to formulate the words.
Mhm.
I really care about you too. And I feel awful for Jay and Amethyst because I really care about them too, especially Jay. But nobody gave us a rule book for this. Nobody told us what it was that was necessary. All they said was to do what you needed to get where you yourself feel as if you're going. And I've spent a lot of my life being fearless or attempting to be fearless, but I've never felt anything like I felt when I saw you drop and when I saw Dante drop right in front of me. So while we may have not made, while we may have made the best decisions for us then, maybe in time it find out that that wasn't the case. But the point of this was to be a lesson. We are going to grow and learn from this in the way that we need in order to flourish here and outside of these walls. So I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure something like this never happens again. They won't get away with this.
Can I tell you something?
You can tell me anything.
When I assume everyone went through the same thing. When we looked in our reflection, when You walked up to the door and you saw yourself. And you saw who you wanted to be. I didn't see anything. I saw nothing. I did see something. I saw me as a little girl, and my hair was wild. And I just asked myself, am I always going to make the right choice? I asked myself. I asked her, a child, if that was the truth, if that was going, and she disappeared. And I walked through the door. And I see why today happened. I see it. She couldn't answer. She couldn't. She would have been lying. She would have been lying to me, and I know she was me. I could feel that she was me. But I don't know. Everyone else saw their future, and I just saw my past. And I don't think what the Arcanaya did today was bad. And I'm probably going to take that to the grave with me. But I think what they showed me today, if I ever want to move forward, I'm going to have to learn from this. And I think that that's what they want.
Can I tell you something in return?
Please.
I don't know what I want from my future. And I looked into that mirror earlier today, praying that I got some type of semblance, some line, some fortune to tell me which way was best for me. But instead, I saw almost like a fork in the road, where I saw two future versions of myself. And it told me, you'll make the right decision. What's best for you. And I was so confused because I have spent all of this time trying to figure out what it was that I wanted to do. I've spent the last 19 years writing on the Kennedy name and have what to show for it? A park bench? A legacy? Money? All of the things that when you're gone don't matter. None of any of that matters. What matters is what you decide to do with it. And I think up until I walked through that door, I was almost set on continuing to ride and not really have to focus on anything else. But I think most importantly, what I learned tonight was what path it was that I think is best for myself. So your secret is safe with me. I will not tell another soul. But you will continue to make the decisions that are important to you, that will shape who you are. And sometimes they may be good and sometimes they may be bad, but they're yours. You and you alone are the only person that's in charge of your destiny. Me and Anaya spent so many hours in our dorm room freshman year just laughing about what it was that we wanted and where we wanted to go, and if any choices or decisions we were making were the right ones. And I was always blasé about it because I could be. I don't think I can be anymore. I think this is that point for me. So I don't, to an extent, I almost, no, I do agree. I don't, while some people may think that what happened today was bad, I think more than anything else, it shined a light on a very dark spot that I did not even know I was skipping over when I was looking until it got shown there. So, just take care of yourself.
You too. And I want you to know, I don't want to disappoint anyone. I'm going to be doing some digging tomorrow. Feel free to join. Mina and I are going to go look in the archives. I think Xander knows someone who works at the Biblioplex. I don't know. I'm going to be looking, but I'm... If someone can shine a light on the parts of me that weaken me and give me something to work on and make me better, I don't think this is what they're about. I don't think that the killing was what it was about. I don't think any of that. I think that it's not. I can't figure it out just yet, but I don't think that's them, and I'm gonna figure it out. But if that's what they stand for, then I'm following that, and nobody else has to follow me, but I'm following that. And she's gonna stand up.
And I think Soleil kind of like stands up with her and just kind of looks at her and is just like, I have some of my own digging to do, but I'll hit you up if I find anything that's worthwhile.
Take care of yourself.
You too. And I think at that point, that's when Soleil kind of reaches down into their bag of holding and pulls out these bright gold and emerald green skates and just ties them to the end of, like, ties them onto their feet.
Not
and just,
you having an emotional scene and then
Yep.
skating away.
Just
love that.
Right
Love
on
that.
out the right on
You
out.
Start tying up your skates. I want to flash back to the entire group. People are starting to break into groups that are heading back to their spots on campus. You all know, you did not hear what Rubina has just said, but Mina has made it very clear that she is pull at the Strixhaven Star and will do whatever she can to try to see if there's any way to get any records on Arcanian history, any students, if you can figure anything out. Xander has made it very clear that Xander might not know very much, but Xander knows a guy who knows a guy, and is planning on breaking into the Biblioplex at some point. You all have parents. You have other resources. Uh, what would is there anything else anybody wants to do before the end of tonight? Before we go separate ways?
Before the night ends, you get a text from Dante. Can we please just please don't let him do it. He's kind of stupid, but he means well, and I don't think he realizes that if you just ask someone, they'll let him in.
Dante, roll me a history check.
That's what I'm good at. That's a 22.
A 22. With the 22, you do know that the Biblioplex has 3 different levels. On the main level, where all of the regular books are stored, it is free, but there are 2 other archived levels that are inaccessible by the normal crowd. He could be talking. You don't know Xanther. He could be talking about the main level, so you might be correct, but he could also be talking about the restricted 2nd and 3rd levels where all of these private tomes and scrawls of mad mages are kind of kept, all of these secretive things. Xanther doesn't, just is like, no, I'm gonna break in. We're gonna break in. It's gonna be great. We're gonna be dressed in all black. Who's with me? Completely. You know exactly. And these are not things like, you know this because I'm sure that other people in your group chat are telling you about the plans for tomorrow, so you all can choose and pick where you want to be. But yeah.
But then
your message is still there, but yeah.
Then he follows up with a text saying, I will be talking to my mother about all of this. I think she maybe can give me some insight outside of, why we were doing this, but more of the whole purpose of all this. I really feel like there's more to all of this than what we think.
Yes.
Hey, Lexi.
Unless all I was going to say is, after you send that extremely important text in the group chat, someone else sends a picture of their dog, and that picture gets a lot of likes. And we cut to a night. What were we going to say, Liv? So sorry.
No, that's so funny. I've been hurt by
a lot of group chats recently. Yeah. I'm so sorry. You can tell.
Yeah, that was personal.
Yeah, that was... meeting up. What time are we meeting up? Someone sends, "Oh, I'm gonna go celebrate my birthday on this day. Who can come?" And it gets 8 likes, and I'm like, cool. Yeah. All of the hearts.
That's an important question too.
It's not important, I guess. Yeah.
So,
Liv,
during this whole exchange, Anaya rolled to see and I succeeded that roll, and you said that there was a professor that I recognized. And a bug in my space. Hello. I'm important. That was very rude of that bug. Can Anaya please go and try to meet with this professor?
Thank you for so masterfully bringing that up. I was so happy that you remembered that, because I was going to try to give that to you. Absolutely, you fucking can. Now, the professors do sort of live on campus, but you're not really sure where. Do you want to try to find where they live, or are we trying to transition tomorrow and this is the first thing tomorrow?
There is something else that Anaya is going to do first thing tomorrow, but this can totally be a tomorrow thing.
Okay, let's just transition. You all kind of disperse yourselves, go back to your dorms. You can all tell me exactly what you would like to do next steps, who you're going with, if there's a specific kind of information you might be looking for. Maybe you have your own way to investigate about the Arcania, but you all disperse from this diner, and you realize the second that you take a step out of it, it kind of evaporates, and all it takes is a blink. You turn around and it must have gone somewhere else on campus. disappears, and you are left in the pouring rain. Easy spells can be cantrip level spells can be used to make sure nothing gets ruined. But you are in the rain, spreading out among campus. The night settles, and the dawn brings a new day. You wake up the next day. It is still technically the weekend. You have your day to do with as you please. I'm going to bounce around to people, and I would love for people to tell me where they're going, what they're doing. Let's start with Anaya because I already know most of what you would like to do.
So Anaya wakes up, gets ready, gets cute, pops open her crystal for a little, she has to do her daily card draw. So you see Anaya pop in, she's like, okay, hi everybody. And she's like shuffling her cards, checking in, doing the whole little social media spiel. And eventually ends up pulling the cleric. Which I believe she goes to kind of tell people like, clerics are people who are always there to provide support, but they're also there to give you guidance. So maybe there's somebody out there today who wants to lead you down the right path. But that's all I have for you all. Everybody, stay light, stay positive, and I'll talk to you later. And then as soon as she's done, like, books it to try to find this professor.
Books it, okay. So you're trying to find the professor, and what else are you doing? Is that just that?
Yeah, just that.
Okay,
smash that
perfect.
Subscribe, like, bell
Smash
notification.
that subscribe button. I'm gonna move to Jay. Is there anything that Jay would like to do today?
I think coming off of last night's revelations, Jay wants to start a less, let's say, a less like bigoted version of Dumbledore's army. We'll call it Jay's small group of fighting folks.
A posse, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how she's gonna get that done, but I do think it might just be honestly her walking door to door, be like, hey, sometimes in my downtime I do a little like self defense stuff, and if you also wanted to do that, because people are really out here playing dodgeball, but then people die.
You were going up to students who who were part of the Arcanine process or not?
All of the students.
Yes,
and that is as much information as she'll give.
Great.
Because like I think that she knows enough to be like, I can't just be talking about this to people. So the context that she gives is like, it's in case you get sucked into a deadly dodgeball game and then like elbow people, like
Roll me a D100.
Does not care if they don't know. A D100.
Roll me a D100.
Damn, I was not prepared. Let me get my dice out. Okay.
Dude, what game do you think this is, huh?
Not you not having your dice out.
D100 game. I have like 3. I use those 3 times a year. I'm gonna have to find these little percentile dice.
You're so right.
Okay, that's one of them.
True.
Hang on. Here we go. All right.
You always gotta have one on.
That is a 12.
6 people say yes.
All right. Okay.
6 people say yes, that they're interested. One person's like, you ask a very groggy half orc. She opens the door and she's like itching her eyes. She's like, it's fully noon. And she just what is this for?
Oh, for safety. I just think it's important we all take care of each other. And
my God, I've been talking about safety on campus for a while now. This makes so much sense. Are you going to be teaching it?
Yeah. Yep. Yes. Confidently. Yep. I will. Yeah.
Yep. I think I have just the perfect thing to help you. You sounded a little bit unconfident in that, so I want to give you a little something just to maybe like build up your spirits. She ducks behind the door and she comes back out. She has a bottle of lotion, and she says, this is like it's lotion in a box. She's like, this is like a pack. It's like this really cool, amazing product, and it's really empowered me and made me feel really...
Are we about to... Are you going to tell me that I could be my own boss and work my own hours? Because
my
that's
gosh,
great.
You read my mind. Oh my gosh, you read my mind. So you want to be a business person, right? Like you're teaching,
I just remembered that I have to leave. Bye. Can I close the door?
You're going to reach past her and close the door.
You close her own door.
Jay will fall for a lot, but I can't. Not this one.
You know what? It happens. She will just, okay, if you ever want to talk about this, like, I literally love what your entire vibe would love to see more. Okay, bye, and shut the door. You do have 6 people that take you up on it, for the future.
Great, that's wonderful. Can we all, let's go do some yoga in the park.
Okay. You start doing yoga in the park with 6 different people, and you as a monk are actually, let's just roll a performance check for me really quick. Let's see if you are extremely in tune. Performance check and an insight check. Let's see if you're super in tune with like how hard what you're doing is for other people.
All right, so I'm gonna give performance. Ooh, that is a 17 on the die plus, where's my performance? Oh, plus 0, so 17.
Nice. Okay. And then insight.
And then you said insight?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a natural 20. So 21.
Perfect. You are
so freaking insightful right now.
Yeah, you're doing your forms and you are keeping track of everyone and how much tension they're holding in your body or their body. You're saying exactly the correct words at the exact time to make people feel more relaxed, noticing the positions of arms, legs, all different kinds of things. So, and also you know when to kind of push and use a different form, even though everyone's a beginner and they just kind of woke up. You're an amazing teacher and everyone says they would like to come back. Is there anything else you would like to do with your morning day? I think this probably takes up like half of your day, and people are committed to coming back, and they know who you are now.
I'm gonna set up a text chat, a group chat. What do they call those? A group text. Y'all, I'm old. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's Izzy.
That was that was not even cool. That was me not knowing what it's called. I'm gonna set up a one of those things where everyone talks in the same place in the phone.
Yes.
Crystal.
Yes. Group chat.
And then I'm gonna try and track down Xanther and just maybe help them break into the library if it's not that first floor.
You're going to Xanther. I'm gonna pop over to Anaya is on the way to the professor. Soleil, where are you going this morning?
I think Soleil kind of like wakes up in their dorm room. It's kind of like a mix between like a greenhouse with almost like a little forest dwelling type of home that's got like a big tree that's like right up in the corner with a hammock that they chill out in, and they're waking up out of that. Of course, they climb down, grab a joint from the morning bowl, pre-rolls, and they want to call their parents and like maybe at some point schedule a sit down between them and their family, and Luna too. Why not? Because dealing with their parents is a lot easier when Luna's around.
You were gonna call Luna first and then your parents.
Yeah.
Okay. You call Luna. Luna picks up.
Yo, Lou, what's happening, baby?
Nothing much. What's going on with you?
Listen, you good? Like everything okay with you? Like, so at the party, and then I didn't see you anymore after you got clearly you got home safe. Okay, cool. That's perfect. I'm going to call mom and dad. I have a couple of questions. Probably head out to dinner outside of campus or like brunch or something like that.
Yeah.
If you want to come, you are more than welcome to. Actually, this is me asking you, please. I don't want mom and dad are a lot together at once. So like,
Of course, yeah.
yeah.
I got you. Yeah, I'm a little busy today.
Mm.
But I would love to hang out. We can absolutely get dinner. Um Question. You were at the thing last night, right?
Elaborate.
The whole thing. I don't feel like I can say more than that over the crystal. But
Okay.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I think Soleil kind of like looks directly into the crystal at Luna, and they kind of
Uh-huh.
like, you know how twins have like that.
Yes, innate connection.
Uh-huh. And they kind of, I think they kind of have like somewhat of their own language that's kind of like a mix between like common, primordial, and a couple of other things as well too that just is just for them. Basically, yes, twins can't. 100%.
Twins can't. That's so great.
Absolutely, twins can't. And Soleil like switches over into twins can't, and is like, that shit was fucked up last night, and I'm trying to get answers.
She answers in regular common. She says, well, no, she'll answer in twins can't. What do you mean? Answers about what?
And like Soleil takes a long drag of this joint. Like it takes a second, just like a almost like an unending breath, like almost down to the filter. They hit it and is like, and just like stubs it out, and it's like, last night they pitted us against each other. Like replying in twins can't. Like last night they put all of us against each other.
She responds. She says, I know.
And I chose Grayson. You know why?
Yeah.
And they kind of look pointedly at Luna and is like, as much as I hate him, I did not want him hurt like that. And then I saw Dante drop. And that lit a fire under my ass like I've never felt before in all my days. Lou, I not only need to get to the bottom of this, but I have to stop it.
Can I ask you a question?
You know you can ask me anything in the world, and I'll tell you the truth.
Did you win?
No. I was dropped before I got a chance to.
Interesting. Yeah,
Did you get put in it too?
Yeah.
Did you win?
Smile on her face, you know instantly. It's okay. It's fine. We can go and ask mom and dad, whatever. They're going to have answers. They always do.
And Soleil kind of like sits there in that for a second. And then like a grin comes over their face as well. And they're just like, Lulu, I'm so fucking proud of you. I always told you were the strongest amongst the both of us.
Absolutely fucking not. And you know that. You know that shit is false as hell.
I always tell you don't discredit yourself.
Okay, well, don't discredit yourself. We're not we were born at the same time. Therefore.
At the same time, there's a reason why I'm sun in your moon, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
Yeah. Well, listen, I can't wait to tell you how it went. It was fucking nuts. It was wild. Um, and in Twins Can't, she says, I think I'm gonna choose them. I think I'm gonna choose them.
Perfect. I'll see you later.
I will see you later.
Love you, sissy. And
Love you
Soleil,
so much.
Soleil ends the call. And instead of calling their mom, they're going to text their mom, but they know their mom's just going to call them anyway.
Yep. Immediately gets the text. You get one text that says, hey, and then an immediate call.
Hi, Mommy.
How are you doing?
I am doing.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just realized I was still on a call. Let me hang up really quick. I will get right back. And you see she yells in that combative, like, it's not combative, it's almost a battle cry, but for like lawyers and attorneys, it is, you know it very well. She calls out to someone and you can hear in the background that she is absolutely like with other people at an office fully. And she comes back to the phone. She says, so sorry. Okay. How are you doing?
Mommy, I'm doing good. Quick question. I know that there's like that big case that you're working on and you work so hard. Are you and Daddy by chance free for like a late brunch or like a lunch? I called Loon and she's down for it, so I have a couple of questions I need to ask you.
I can do lunch. And you hear, Brandon, can I do lunch? I can. Okay, you obviously do know nothing. Theox, can I do lunch? Okay, I can. Okay, I can do lunch. I can do lunch. I can bring your father.
Okay. Tell Brandon I said hi. And yeah, how's like quarter after sundown?
Yeah.
Sound good?
That's work. Yeah.
All right. Our usual spot?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah, just if you can like free up like maybe an hour and a half worth of your time. I know that, like I said, you're busy, you got big case and all that, and I know Daddy's got it's a mess over at the exchange. So yeah, just like real brief. I miss you guys.
We miss you too.
Okay.
I'm so excited to see you both.
Yeah.
We will meet up at Marconi's. It will be beautiful.
Absolutely.
We will have our normal Italian. It will be great Italian. Nope, it's tiefling. Tiefling delicacy. Tiefling delicacy. There it is. Tiefling delicacy.
They have that spicy salsa that I
absolutely-
really like.
Yes, we will get that. It'll be a whole thing.
Cool.
And you two kind of have a very small talk after that, but you have that plan set in stone.
Awesome.
I'm going to cut actually to Amethyst. I would very much like to see what Amethyst is up to and what you're doing.
See, Amethyst wants to. Amethyst is concerned about her cousin, just in general. But I think she wants to. I think she wants to call her parent. Maybe her dad.
Okay, yeah. So you use your crystal. You call your dad. He picks up.
And I think she is just like immediately crying.
Oh, Amethyst, are you okay?
Yeah, I am. Have to be.
that oh, I don't like the sound of that. Listen, I'm just about done. I just finished making my bread for the morning. I can just step off to the side and we can chat for a second. I don't like how your voice is sounding.
Thanks. I just the last 24 hours has been a lot, and I just wanted to talk to you and say hi.
He immediately just like assures you. He finishes up with the bread apparently, and then stands off the side, continues. You see him through your crystal. This is a very worried person, an extremely large orc, wearing an apron, a shirt that's too small for Zir frame, extremely enamored by you, loves you so much, and the look of worry that is on your face. They immediately take note, and you see that he is giving you the entire world as he looks at you.
I'm gonna do all that I can, but I just needed some love right now.
Well, I'm here. Is this about school? Is everything okay at school?
Kind of, yeah. It's me and some new friends, some new classmates, and Xanther. We all went through something pretty wild, and I don't know if I am doing things right, or if they're gonna view me as mean or pushy or judgmental, and I I'm gonna I'm I know that I can get through, and I know that I will, and I know I have Xanther behind me, but that doesn't make the hard things any more easy. And I miss you, and I just wanted to see you.
Amethyst. I miss you too. There's You don't have to stay if you don't want to. This is all your choice. And I want you to know that, like, I love you. We all love you here, your aunts, everyone. We're all cheering you on. I know Xanther kind of got there first, but really, my banner's up there for you, cause I don't know, you're my daughter, and I think whatever you're going through, we're always behind you, like 110%. And there's nothing you could do. There's almost nothing you can do to make the hard decisions easier, other than knowing that the people that you love the most will always be there for you when you make those hard decisions.
Yeah.
Are you this isn't like about like a relationship, right?
No.
Because I can come to the school
No
if I'm
worries.
needed to come
No,
there.
I'm very much single. No, it's not that. And don't worry, I'd call mom if it was something like that. Uh,
You can call
I mean,
me. It doesn't. It,
would call you, but look, I I will call you both. As soon as I meet someone special, I guess.
I'm just making sure it wasn't about someone who's breaking your heart and making you make bad decisions. it would tear me up inside to know that someone else did that to you. But it's not. I feel like I can breathe easily. Or do you want to breathe together over the phone?
Yeah.
Okay, and you two, in a ritual that
Mm.
you've absolutely been through before, you two take a deep breath in and hold it in. And something that is so natural to you, you start noticing things around you and your environment. You take a deep breath out, take a deep breath in, notice things about your environment, take a deep breath out. Um, you feel yourself leveled a little bit, maybe still shaken, maybe still feeling a bit dejected, feeling certain kinds of ways, but you know that you have someone in your corner,
Yeah.
and that might matter a lot to you.
Mm. And I think, like, she calms herself, the tension unleashes a bit, and she says, yeah, you don't gotta worry. I will, as Mom said, good old Captain, I'm gonna make the best decisions for me and everyone I care about. And I, I don't think I understood just how important that was until recently.
Well, if you ever need to talk again about anything, I'm here. Um, Always here.
I know. Tell Mom I said hi. I'll call her next week. Um, and I've got to go make sure Xanther is good because I am somewhere. Yeah, I gotta go.
As always, go. I love you.
All right, bye. Have fun with your bread.
Hangs up. Are you going to Xanther?
Yeah, I'm making sure that this fool is good.
Absolutely. So we have left over, not leftover, but we have Lamar. What are you doing?
Lamar wakes up, takes out the crystal. He will turn it on for the first time in probably since he got back to school, so like a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
Delete every single voicemail from that's marked any sort of parent figure.
Mm-hmm.
And then go into the contacts and
Mm-hmm.
scroll until they get to one marked chief and send a text message
Mm-hmm.
that just says, "Can we talk?"
No response for a little bit.
But that is what Lamar will be doing. If there's no response, Lamar does not plan on leaving their bedroom today.
Perfect. Lamar, you get a response after an hour. About what?
About
And as you're typing, you get another. Because I'm in the ceramics room, and another text, and I'm a little busy, and another text. But if you wanted to talk, you just have to let me know.
Mars says, is it fine if I come there?
You just get an okay.
I mean, again, very straightforward person. We'll take that as it is fine if I come there to come talk to you right now.
Yep.
And we'll
you arrive in the Prismari pottery room. It's almost like a little tiny pocket dimension, but you make your way in, and you see Nora. She is wearing an oversized kind of cream-colored t-shirt with some drawn design on it, and it kind of goes down. You see she's also wearing like these bicycle shorts. I'm gonna call them bicycle shorts because that's what we would reference them as, but they're just like kind of shorts. Socks and sneakers, and she is just pottery, and like the clay is all over her hands, and you see that she has just like she was, as you're walking in, very she's finessing the shape of this pottery together, but you see she just moves just a little bit and fucks it up and takes the whole thing off of the wheel and throws it back down.
Hey, I thought it looked good.
Yeah, it's just not good enough. And she looks at the entire wall of pieces that are finished, pieces that need to dry. They all look disgustingly beautiful. And she is still at this beginning stage of just getting the thing thrown, rather than like being at the stage of painted, glazed, any of that kind of stuff. She's still just there.
Yeah. Well. Okay. We won't do that right now. Okay. So last night,
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to be here? You said okay, but I'm learning that like sometimes people don't mean surface level what they're saying.
It's actually really making me anxious that you're here, but I feel like I definitely wanted to be sure you were okay. And now that you're here, I'm more curious as to what you're going to say, but also, yeah, it's a whole thing.
I mean, I don't want to like fuck up your. I didn't. We don't have homework yet, but I don't want to mess up your pod. I don't want to mess up your thing, so I can leave.
It's okay. It doesn't matter how hard I work. I will probably be here no matter what. So it's fine. Now's as good as time as any.
I think it matters how hard you work personally, but I don't run shit yet. So, I am sorry if last night came off. I've been told recently, but I seem very cold in the way I engage with people, and so I wanted to apologize if anything I said seemed cold or rude.
Lamar, I already knew that about you. That wasn't new, but you meant what you said, and that's doesn't matter how you deliver it. And I know you well enough to know. I don't know.
I have to say, okay, so this is new for me. Okay, so I think I am afraid
Of
the us that was being made.
Okay. Okay.
No one else here at school knows about me. And I thought it was important for you to know about me because we were so close. But then when I did, I was worried that, not that you would tell anyone, but it's like a dam has a crack in it, and then the crack would light and explode, and so you have to seal the crack. But I don't believe this was the correct choice to make. Not that it needs to be. I'm not saying anything has to be undone. I just thought I owed it to you to let you know more of what was going. I'm very forthright, and I wasn't forthright with you, and that didn't seem fair that I didn't tell you exactly how I was feeling. So I wanted to tell you that because you deserve to know, and then I can let you make your thing if that's what you need.
Caring about you has been a great gift, and I appreciate you for letting me do that. That doesn't stop because we decided to not be us. And I know how much it matters to you that you're paving your own way. You're doing something that a lot of people here with a whole lot of money can never say they'll be able to do. And I think you and the people, your friends, you all are doing something remarkable. And I see who you are with them. And that doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about right now. I'm sorry. I want to acknowledge for you that I would never tell anyone, and that I'm still I would like to be friends. I if we can swing it, I don't want to go back to something just yet, but I care about you and I want to be there for you because I think that it is a heavy burden you bear, and being by yourself is
Is there anyone else? Is this you?
no,
here?
it's like this glass. It almost seems like a terrarium. I don't not a terrarium, like a garden house, except on all along the walls, floating at different angles. You just see these pottery pieces that are drying and being fired by like little tiny spirits that are floating by, and
they're no like
no living people. Just all of these like fiery spirits, but no actual living people.
Lamar will get a stool and sit down. Am I allowed to help you?
You can. I'm bad at this, so it's literally not going to help, but
Hey.
you can.
Nora, you're really good at this. I love the one you made me.
Thank you.
And then if she'll allow, Lamar will like put a hand on one of her hands. And then with the other, Lamar will, for the first time since we started, drop thaumaturgy on their eyes.
Beautiful, bright pink.
Yeah. And it's these like pink like swirls where irises should be. And they're like, oh my god. Do you know how hard it is to remember to do that every 6 seconds? All day?
I don't know how you do it. That's impossible.
Usually Ghost just reminds me. Ghost can do my spells for me, so they're just like in my head every 6 seconds, like, do it again.
Well, I'm glad you can relax.
Yeah. Okay, so probably shouldn't tell you this, but I don't fucking care. So last night, and we can fade.
Yes, you bleh, and we cut. Wally, did we cut to you? Let me just ask. We didn't? Okay, so we have 2 scenes to just take care of. Let's do this. I don't want to push people over.
Okay.
I would very much like to cut to the Xander scene, because I am going to blow through that and make that a bunch of stealth rolls and investigation checks. And then I would love to cut to you, Wally. I would love to cut to you. And while we're doing this, definitely think if there's anything else you would like to know. You can send over chat. I would recommend Gilded because I have the chat closed right now because it's extremely distracting for me. But send in Gilded if there's anything else you're like, I need this for closure for my character for this arc. You hang out, you bleh. You get the whole story out. Question, are you hanging out here the rest of the day, or are you joining your friends anywhere else?
Oh, sorry, I thought you moved on to, well, no, as long as Nora will allow, Lamar fully intends on, like, oh, Lamar lied, Lamar's not okay. Lamar intends on fully disengaging from everything from last night, hanging out with Nora all day, unless someone tries to find Lamar.
As you should. You spend the rest of your day with Nora. It is a beautiful sight. Now, Anaya, you are walking through the halls. You know exactly the professor that you saw the other night. You immediately clocked them, their stature, the way they move around. I believe I described them as halfling like. You immediately think it's Professor Belmont. It has to be. This halfling Lorehold professor. You make your way towards the campus. You go through the pillar drop. You get to the classrooms and you see him. He seems to be cleaning off a set of excavation tools. Very short, bald headed halfling.
And this is we're on the weekend, so yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's like no education.
No classroom. Yeah. Yeah.
Anaya's going to walk over, smile, and just, do you need help? Do you need assistance?
I should be perfectly fine. Are you here for excavation club?
I'm a bit more of a book scholar than an excavationist, but things can change. A lot happens in 4 years.
Yeah. He goes back to his tools. I'm going on an excavation if you would like to join. Okay. He gives you your own tools, and I'm going to change his accent because I know I can do that. He gives you tools, and you follow him. He takes you to a part in the crack that rips through all of the Lorehold campus. This is where your school, like your classrooms are built in the side of this chasm. Rooms, dorm rooms, all of that kind of rests in this. And he walks you towards the end of it where it opens up to this like sandy chasm. And you see a row of influential Strixhaven figures, we'll say. You see these monuments built of stone of these figures one after standing in a row, and this is also a pathway towards more and more classrooms, more and more kind of places students will hang out rather than actual professors. But he seems to be interested in some shit over near this row.
Okay.
Hands you some tools.
And I will start. Oh, God. And I hates this, and I does not like excavation.
Mm-hmm.
It's her least favorite part of Lorehold, but she's gonna get to work. And after a few moments, just, Professor, I'm surprised that you're so dedicated to be working after the long night that you had.
I also want you to give me a sleight of hand check. I'm sorry, I just have to do it for excavating. Anyways, I don't know what you mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can say that. That's an 18.
Nice. Okay, so you hate this part of Lorehold, but you have learned well, and you are just chipping away with the rest of them, with him. You here for something?
And we are like 100% alone. Like I do a check.
100%. 100%.
Professor, I know people. I know faces. I know gates. I am a people person. And I am a very hard worker. And yes, I'm only a sophomore. This is my first year in Lorehold, but you should know that I studied every professor, every name, every notable graduate. So when I see figures standing before me, masked and robed as they may be, I can usually make a pretty good guess at who they are. And you, as distinguished and established as you are within, Lorehold, I know you. And I know that you were there last night.
Give me a persuasion check. See if he will talk. Or you can do intimidation if you would like. Either one. You're a bard. I'm not worried.
Persuasion's better. 18.
I find it quite interesting that you would come here to talk to me about this. It's very bold of you.
I just have some information that I thought you and other members of the Arcanine should know.
I guess that boldness is exactly what we need in the Arcanine, so sure. What do you have?
All the students who participated are trying to do their own little research projects because they're convinced that there was something wrong or something more meaningful or deeper relating to what happened yesterday. So there's students who plan to break into the biblioplex. There are students who are researching through the newspaper archives and files, and just essentially trying to do their own sort of investigative breach. Try to get as much information as they possibly could.
That's fair of them. There's a lot they don't know. And why are you not with them?
Because I don't see the point of trying to infiltrate or break down or whatever they're trying to do. When you join the Arcanaya, as far as I've been able to tell, it's sort of a transactional situation. They put you on a path toward success. They make you someone great. And in return, I assume we do things for them.
I think that's something. The Arcanaya is not going to put you on a path. You will choose your path. You will choose, and we will see, and we will help guide, but we are not the directors of your path. You are. We simply give you the tools to be the best that you can be, so that in the future, when you've decided to join us, when we've decided to join you, you can help us lead the world. We're not deceitful. We're not liars. We just know that those in power have gained a slovenly stature to them. And for centuries. And he takes off. This halfling had a set of lenses on, these ocular lenses, and he hands them to you. And do you put them on? I will ask you that first.
Yes.
You put them on, you immediately see the different statues all down this row of influential Strixhaven figures. Each of them glows with this radiant light, and on the foreheads, they have the Arcanine eye, and on the palms, they have the Arcanine eye. He says, all of these people, they are all remarkable, and they did their own thing, and they went down their own path, and the Arcanaya is not trying to put you on a path, just give you the right tools. So when it comes down to make the best decision for Akaya, for the people, for Strixhaven, whether it's giving back to the community, fighting an evil, or anything, that is our goal. And all of these people you see all down this row, they made that decision. So these students can make these decisions. These students can make these decisions. They can investigate all they would like. What they will find time and time again is that the Arcania has always prevailed with good. And last night was hard. Last night was extremely hard, but it was not to scare. It was not to create, or the point of it was not violence. The point of it, I mean, you see, they're all banding together, aren't they? And that's the point, that we can only find those shadows in ourselves with others' light. So they can look, they can search, but they will not find anything but goodness. You can keep those if you would like.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask of me?
I got a letter.
Your friends they'll be receiving them soon as well, but your friends will be receiving them sometime soon. And when they do, just know that your answer is priority, but something that maybe you must be reminded. You have to choose us first before we can choose you. So, depending on your answer, that will decide, that will determine.
Yeah, I think she would nod to take all of that
Okay.
in. And then I think she'd put her hand on, like, in her pocket on the letter,
Mhm.
but just would, like, pull her hand out, not take out the letter or anything, but would like prop the glasses on top of, or like the ocular device on top of her head.
Yeah.
Just thank you very much for taking this time with me.
Thank you for asking. Now you should probably go join your friends.
Right. And I won't say anything.
Thank you. Turns around, continues excavating.
And I leave.
And you
Aggressively
leave.
brushing dirt off my hands.
Absolutely. We are going to cut to the library. The Biblioplex is this gigantic place. It is a huge, gigantic library. Xander does, in fact, know a guy who knows a guy, and that knows a guy who knows a guy is a 6th-year Strixhaven student who still happens to be there, that has access, is doing very specific study, and therefore has access to all of the levels of the Biblioplex. Xander, you have no idea how Xander convinced this guy to just like let you through to the top 2 levels, but you all easily make your way in. It is extremely quiet, and you find yourselves having to sneak around. I need everyone to give me a quick stealth check. I'm so excited.
That's a 12.
Mm-hmm.
Hot.
Me too.
4. 4, 12.
That is
Okay.
a 14
13
for
for
me.
Soleil.
13. Okay, 13. Those are mostly successes. It's something. You walk through the Biblioplex, the 2nd level, to the restricted access area, which is the 3rd kind of epicenter level. This place, you immediately, the second you step in, you begin to float as this place creates this extra dimensional pull on you. But it starts taking you exactly directly to where you all want to go. You, Xander, um, all of you, Xander, Mina is not here. Rubina is also not here. But there are a few other students who Xander has rallied together. All of you get carried up through the air towards this one shelf. The shelf has one book in it, and the book seems to be a tome. And a tome that is completely scribbled in, scratched in. Um, and this student that Xander has pulled on is doing their fifth year, or their fifth or sixth year at Strixhaven, specifically on the codes that writers use in order to not even fully knowing, but just in passives, how they write notes to themselves, how geniuses can make notes and immediately just understand, come back to it. This is a kid that absolutely knows what they're talking about. You see this third floor floats, and or not this third floor, but you all begin floating to this tome. He takes it open. Um, Everyone, go ahead and give me one question that you would like to ask, and I will get it answered for you from this one journal. The room has pulled you to it, so you know that all of you are going to find some sort of answer in this book.
How do we stop these people? I don't know if that like is technically the Arcanaya or what, but how do we stop this from happening again?
You don't see you do not see anything specific. This student reads through the book and does not see any chicken scratch on how to actually end the Arcanaya, just about its beginning.
So is that my question, or should I ask a new one?
No, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they have weaknesses? Am I asking all of the wrong questions?
No, you're perfect. You get a list of names of political figures who were part of the Arcanaya in its youth, and as it got older, they had to kick out these people because their ideals and values changed. So I will give you a list of names, but you immediately get this list of names of people that were foundational to the Arcanaya's creation. Cool. Great. Amethyst.
I think she would just ask, honestly, pretty plainly, like, is the Arcanaya, like, good? Or can the Arcanaya be trusted?
The student starts reading out all of these dates, all of these ancient old wars that the Arcanaya helped in, except it would normally be there's no winner in a war. There's no good and bad in a war. And yet, the people, you see these are markings. This person has specifically started writing down names of Arcanine figures. And you recognize some just from going to school here. But you see all over, helped win this, helped establish this. This spell was created by this person. You're not seeing anything about trust, anything about are they good or bad. You are getting a full list of achievements, essentially. Like this person has tracked down almost every single person. Soleil. Well, we will come back to you, Soleil. Maybe we'll do like a specific scene between the two of you later. I don't know if you're here. I don't think you're here. Dante, you wanted to make sure Xanther didn't break in, but now you have broken in.
I was yeah. Um oh, who was the first of the Arcanine?
The immediate flip to the first page yields a name. Psychon Moonlouder. And I will send that in the chat so you know exactly how that's spelled. Psychon Moonlouder. And the last name doesn't seem of draconic, like any origin. It seems an extremely old name.
Okay. I'm just gonna remember that as a name.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna remember that name. Yeah.
Any other questions?
No, that's all I got.
Anaya, you all watch. This student takes the book, slides it back into the stacks, and the shelves of these books starts moving, rotating around these stacks, and you all begin being pulled out of this room. You all leave this room. And despite what you've learned today, you all have so many things to say. So many feelings. The feeling wanting to overthrow this. The feeling of the blurred lines between good and bad. Trying to come to terms with the idea of what you did yesterday being associated with a group that sees themselves, or maybe history sees them as good, but history also doesn't see them at all. You don't know how to marry all of these ideas into a decision. But when you return to your rooms, each of you have an envelope sitting at the door. When you step in, you grab it, walk in your room, in silence, in secret, you open this and you see out of this letter pulls out and you see the eye has set its gaze upon you, and somewhere, some pocket dimension, out of the envelope falls a small orb that falls to the ground. It's this bright, luminescent green. It rolls for a little bit and then it floats in the air. It begins to dance, light all around it, kind of green, blues, all different colors. And this voice comes to you all. And as it speaks, it transforms. It is your own voice. It is your friends. It is your professors. It is your parents. It is all these different people. Determination, accountability, decisiveness, intellect, motivation, candidness, control, brilliance. Your skill, your talent, your potential. The opus of your future will be painted of these. But the world, beautiful beating heart, strangled by the hands of those besotted with power. They're drunk with cynicism, inflexibility, and narrow-mindedness. Everything that happened during your initiation has proved to us that those qualities, and you hear these words previously described, very beginning, determination, accountability, insolence, motivation, all these different voices coming to you. With more words describing flashing your faces in battle, and in the challenges, Anaya barreling through the doors, Lamar seeing themselves in the mirror, every single thing that you all did being shown in accordance to these words. Motivation, control, brilliance, authenticity, boldness, versatility. And all in different voices. Some foreign, familiar. You see yourselves, front of you. And this message, extremely cacophonous, and the voices and the sounds, it gets silent, and you hear. This is where true power lies. We will not make you nor unmake you. Your decision is your own, but you must choose. You see a glowing right at the center of yourself. That you can reach out and grab, and you know that you're making a decision that will change your life. And that's where we're going to end this arc. Oh my gosh. Y'all.